Also, a family is suing Oak Park and Forest Park after the death of a 27-year-old.
The man died in police custody last August. Tia is back with details.
Sally and Anthony, his name is 27-year-old DeJuan Gates. He told police, according to him on video, that he had health problems. It was recorded on audio, and so were the police. Their response, take a listen. They were discussing how DeJuan Gates died. That's 27-year-old DeJuan Gates right there on the ground. You see him there actually standing up, surrounded by Oak Park and Forest Park police last August. It started with him running a stop sign. After 21 minutes handcuffed, Gates died, leaving behind 5 children.
Okay, so he ran a stop sign. That's pretty petty, right? No big deal, right? If a cop's there, a cop shouldn't say anything about somebody running a stop sign, right? All this could be avoided if the cops weren't petty. If a white person just blows through a stop sign in front of a cop, the cop's not going to do anything. Cop's only going to do something if the person's black, right? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. White people can run through stop signs in front of cops, but black people can't. Okay? So, here's my thing to y'all. Do y'all think that running a stop sign is petty? Do you think that a cop should just witness that and not do anything? Let me stop calling them cops in this case. Do you think a law enforcement officer should witness someone running a stop sign and not do anything? Because it's petty, you know. Chicago, man, you know, people getting killed all the time. Why you bothering that guy? All he did was run a stop sign. We know how, you know how those damn stop signs are. There's no danger involved in that, you know. It's just a suggestion. So, I'm interested in hearing what you guys think about that. Whether, you know, cop witnessing someone, a law enforcement officer witnessing someone running the stop sign, whether they should just, you know, let it slide.
Actually standing up, surrounded. How DeJuan Gates died. That's 27-year-old DeJuan Gates right there on the ground. You see him there actually standing up, surrounded by Oak Park and Forest Park police last August. It started with him running a stop sign. After 21 minutes handcuffed, Gates died, leaving behind 5 children. Now the mother of some of the children has filed a civil lawsuit against both police departments. Attorneys say that in several videos, Gates told police that he needed help as he struggled breathing. He was having complications from being high on PCP in the background of the dash.
Okay, so this guy was having complications from being high for PCP. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. Baby moms, well, my bad. One of the baby moms wants to sue Oak Park and Forest Park police departments, 2 different police departments. Because remember, there's 17,985 police departments working 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. And this is Oak Park and Forest Park police. They're the 2 that had to respond to this. I guess it happened in the area where they both, you know, maybe on the border of their jurisdictions. So thank God that the other 17,983 police departments didn't kill a brother that day like these 2 police departments did. But complications from being high for PCP. Now, being from Washington, D.C., I know a little bit about PCP, man. Never been my thing. I smoked it once. And the funny part about it, when I smoked it, I was in Richmond. I smoked some boat one time in Richmond, and it didn't have any effect on me, man. But then I smoked synthetic weed like all day long, the K2 stuff, whatever they call it, and it never had the reaction that these people have on the viral videos. So I just maybe have a strong mind. Maybe I'm just so crazy that it's the baseline. It can't get no worse. But this PCP stuff is really, really crazy, man. I've seen brothers have PCP, man. It's driving. He must not have been high yet. And some brothers, you know, there's triggers. Certain things can trigger them. Certain things they either or see or happen can trigger them to go off the deep end. Some of them can smoke it and just be functional. But when you spaz out, man, just the thought of being behind the wheel is crazy. I seen brothers climb a lamppost, man. Seen brothers try to swim on concrete. Like try to swim. Michael Phelps on concrete. I seen brothers strip butt naked in front of a bunch of kids. And dry hump a chair in front of a bunch of kids. Seen a lot of things, man. From people high for PCP, man. And one thing I do know is that if someone's off PCP and you have a choice to send a cop or a social worker or a medical health aide, my personal opinion is you send a cop, and you send a lot of them. Because the little medical health aide or the social worker with their... Now, in one case, I will say you can send a medical health aide or a social worker if they have a gun. And not a stun gun, a real gun. Because a person off PCP may kill them. And they have superhuman strength and superhuman determination. Their determination is unmatched. A person off PCP has a determination and a stick-to-itiveness and a drive that's unrivaled, man. So, in my estimation, the right people were on the scene to deal with this guy who's high off PCP. There's no other way. Unfortunately, the world's not perfect. Now, liberals want to live in the USA, the utopian states of America. I stole that from a brother. I forgot his name, but I give him credit when I look it up. They don't want to live in the United States of America. They want to live in the utopian states of America. So since this brother, being high off PCP, since the only people we have to deal with this brother being high off PCP is cops. The entire country sucks in wall races. Throw everything away. It's the worst place on the planet. But unfortunately, that's all we have to deal with these guys. This guy left the house. He smoked some PCP. He got behind the wheel of a car. He inevitably committed a traffic violation in front of a cop. Got caught, got pulled over, and now here we are. Now the cops are supposed to just let him get back in the car. Are they supposed to call an ambulance? And are they supposed to not arrest him? I mean, I don't know what they're supposed to do. If every time a criminal suspect said something was wrong with them and a cop didn't arrest that person, I think you guys don't understand how criminal suspects are. They try everything to get out of the situation. So the cop doesn't know if you're really in the throes of some kind of pain or issue. The cop any cop that's been on the beat more than a week has seen this a dozen times. They're trying to arrest somebody and the person's having heart palpitations and legally blind. Ouch, ooch, eat my roll shoulder, old basketball injury. Oh, ooh, that's a lot of, especially when you're dealing with the streets. Crackheads, dope fiends, nickel and dime drug dealers, young teenage hoodlums, shoplifters. When you in the muck and the mud with the cops dealing with that stuff all day that the white suburban liberal doesn't have to see every day, the stuff that, when you leave the house, you walk from your car to the Target, and then you come out with your products and you pop the trunk and you load the trunk and you just drive off. There's a lot of reasons you can do that unencumbered. Because a lot of the riffraff has been taken off of the streets. So, I think they got the right people to deal with this guy. Unfortunately, we don't have another way. No other country. There's 200 countries on the planet. None of them have figured out another way to deal with a person high off PCP in public who's breaking the law. So we're not alone in that. We're just one of 200 countries that hasn't figured out a way to deal with this situation. My suggestion is probably don't smoke PCP and leave the house. I'm not even saying don't smoke PCP. I'm saying don't smoke PCP and leave the house.
That's 27-year-old Dewan Gates right there on the ground. You see him there actually standing up, surrounded by Oak Park and Forest Park police last August. It started with him running a stop sign. After 21 minutes handcuffed, Gates died, leaving behind 5 children. Now the mother of some of the children has filed a civil lawsuit against both police departments. Attorneys say that in several videos, Gates told police that he needed help as he struggled breathing. He was having complications from being high on PCP. In the background of the dash cam video, you can see Rush Oak Park Hospital's ER department. At one point, attorneys say Gates was in a squad car in the ambulance bay of the emergency department and no medical aid was ever rendered. By the time paramedics got there, Gates was brain dead.
We have medical experts who are going to explain that what really caused Dewan's death was hyperthermia, which is the overheating of his body. And that was brought on by the fact that he had been smoking PCP, combined with the agitation of being put in handcuffs, caused everything to overheat, and that caused multi-organ failure.
So the cops are to blame for this. If I'm a citizen of Oak Park or Forest Park, and there was a guy on the streets riding around high off PCP, I'm saluting the police department, man. Because that was potentially a tragic situation, man. That could have been really bad. A guy high off PCP. I mean, let's just say that he doesn't kill somebody. Let's just say he rear ends somebody. And that person, gets out of the car to exchange information. And it gets in a tussle with this guy. And he's high off PCP. You talk about a fight, Jack? You in for a fight, Jack. You better bring your hard hat and your lunch pail if you gonna fight somebody high off PCP, man. Then worst case scenario, he just slams into somebody running the stop sign. Because that's kind of dangerous if the other person thinks that you're gonna stop and they're going because there's a stop sign there and you just keep going. Could get kind of tricky, but who cares, As long as we make sure the guys can drive around high off PCP, without worrying about the cops, we have a much safer community. But this guy, man, this lawyer, man, I hope you don't go in the courtroom with this, man. Yeah, man.
We have medical experts who are going to explain that what really caused DeJuan's death was hyperthermia, which is the overheating of his body. And that was brought on by the fact that he had been smoking PCP, combined with the agitation of being put in handcuffs, caused everything to overheat, and that caused multi-organ failure.
I could tell that he needed help right away. He needed help. And to know that it was so many officers, just humans alone there that can help a person that have a heart and they didn't, it's unbelievable.
And listen, man, I understand this sister's pain. If anybody, don't burn the city down. Don't burn Forest Park and Oak Forest down. Don't burn them down, man. But this sister should be upset. No one else on the planet outside of this man's family should be upset about what happened to you. That's just my contention. There's not another person on the planet who should be like, get the torches and get the black mask and the gloves and the bats and let's go start marauding around town destroying stuff. I can't, there's no one else on the planet other than his family that should be doing that. And they don't even have a right to do that. They just have a right to do that because of emotion of losing a loved one. But it is funny how the one community where basically since 2020, 80% of the murders happen. Like 100% of the carjackings. Since 2020, if I had $1 for every time on the news or in front of a camera, I heard a son man or a son woman talking about humanity and empathy and compassion and how other people need to be human and see me as a human and people aren't acting like humans and they're not behaving. And it's like, yo, if I lined 10 of y'all up and shot a 1-year-old in front of y'all and sent some police to come by, 9 of y'all would say y'all didn't see nothing. 9 of y'all would say y'all didn't see nothing, and 1 of y'all would call the tip line later on. So what are y'all talking about compassion and empathy all the time? That's just annoying. It's not annoying the fact that they do it. It's just the fact that the state of their community, the mores and the values in that community, and they're always, you never hear white people talking about some people don't have compassion. They never talk about that. They never say that because they can't. They want to be employed, but you never hear Glacier Gliders talking about some people lack compassion, lack humanity, lack empathy, lack basic humanness, humanity. They never say that. But some people always say that about Glacier Gliders. Always.
I could tell that he needed help right away. He needed help. And to know that it was so many officers, just humans alone there that can help a person that have a heart and they didn't, it's unbelievable.
We did reach out to both departments. Oak Park says they are not aware of the lawsuit. Forest Park says they haven't been served yet and haven't received the report from Illinois State Police on this case. Both police departments aren't commenting any further. Anthony?